Hey YouTube, it's Susie Cusie. Oh man, it's a Monday, but I feel good because I got on my yellow and I feel like sunshine. It is 50 degrees and I am chilled, but I think the high is supposed to be 68 or something, so I'll be cool. I'll be good. Man, I hope you guys had a good weekend, a good holiday if you celebrated, and all of that there. What do I have to talk about this morning? As y'all will see, my Monday through Friday is a little more structured than my weekends, my Saturday and Sunday. Because I try to have a topic basically for Monday through Friday because I'm going to work and stuff like that. But on the weekends, when I'm done with my sister or my niece or whatever, everything's just willy-nilly, you know? So that's why I try to make sure I put... Sorry, y'all. Hold up. That's right. That's why I try to put randomness and in the title, right? So y'all know. I ain't just got no topic or none that I'm discussing. We just living. Did that down. I don't know what this for. But anyway. Probably my sleep late alarm. I get all these alarms on my phone. But I hope today is a good day. I really do. Man, do you guys know that I did not leave the house since Friday evening? I stayed in the house since Friday evening. Today is my first day getting out the house. And I feel great about it. I feel great about it. Because I'm really a homebody. You know, I'm a homebody. I've been like that most of my adult life. You know, really most of my life. But I'm saying adult life. Because when you're a kid, you don't have no choice. But, I mean, I just don't like being in the streets, as they say. And to me, in the streets mean old folks' house and all that. I mean, I'm social. But I enjoy my alone time or at home time, because I'm hardly ever alone. I enjoy my alone time / at home time. You know, more than, you know, being with the in crowd, you know, because I don't know, it just sometimes just keeps down trouble. And I mean, I even have relatives that I would rather not be around, and I pretty much don't be around unless it's a family reunion or a funeral, maybe graduation, maybe wedding, you know. Because they are troublemakers. And it seems like not only is my you know, family and immediate family kind of bonkers. Seem like this, I guess, in-laws, even though, you know, folks ain't married. Most of them ain't married. Most of them just got baby mamas and baby daddies. But I just say in-laws just to keep it simple. But it just seems like my crazy people attract other crazy people. And sometimes they make things very difficult. I mentioned the other day that one of Squirt's. Dang, these people can't turn. What is that doing? I mentioned the other day that one of Squirt's uncles died, who is also my best friend's brother. And I'm definitely, I don't know, I can't say, I don't know, I'm confused. Because I kind of want to just go to the wake, and just show my respects and go on about my business. And I kind of want to go to the funeral, too. I'm not going to both. One or the other. But my issue is that people clown at funerals. The people I know clown at funerals. It's not that, they just be crying and, I miss him and you too young, like that. But these folk would get to fight at front of them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be in there and see they drink, they smoke, they do whatever. And they already under all kind of influences on top of them being a natural born fool. So, why y'all speeding? Dang. Anyway, they got all these other things going on top of being a natural born fool. So, I just don't want to go. Because I'm trying to think, did they, because, Lottie, I'm going to tell you her name, that's my best friend, Don's godmother, all that. So, I'm saying, yeah, Lottie. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I'm not saying that they will be up in the church throwing blows. I'm talking about after services, when people, in the parking lots, or once they go to whoever house or church or whatever, where they're gonna eat dinner and stuff together and all that. That's what I'm talking about. The arguments and stuff happen. Because people, my dad always told me, do what you can do for people when they're alive. Because you never know when they'll be gone. Not just go out your way doing stuff for folks, if it's going to hinder you. But if you can freely give. If you can do stuff for people, do it. So you won't feel guilty when they're gone. So when my folks die, I be upset because they gone, because I know I want to see them, but I don't feel guilty at all, because I know I've done what I could for my people. And with my in-laws, they know they don't do what they're supposed to do for people. They know they don't. That's why they like to clown. And I really don't want to see that. But I know how to get in my car and leave if I even see or inkling. If I even get the inkling, the idea that something finna pop off. Audi 5000. I just don't like funerals. I've always hated funerals. I go when I was little. I went because they made me. As an adult, only time I go is if I am close to that person, or I'm really close to the relative of that person. I mean, that's very rare. Very rare. I am not one of those people that just goes to everybody's funeral, because if that's the case, I would be going to a funeral every 2 weeks. I'm not built like that. I don't have that kind of I guess temperament. No. I've mentioned, in one of my videos that I was an usher at a church that I belonged to for like a year or two. And one of our jobs was to be at funerals. And we had to carry the flowers and walk around and hand out tissue to the bereaved. Different stuff, Mostly just be there for the people. I guess if push came to shove, we had to hug somebody or pick them up off the floor when they fall out. Different stuff. And I hated that. I mean, I didn't mind, the tissue part. I just didn't want to stand up there near that casket. I had a problem with that casket. I don't know why. I just do. I just had a problem with that casket. And sometimes it was people I didn't even know. But I just didn't want to be near that casket. I get as far away from that casket as I could. So, I just have a problem with funerals. I've always had a problem with funerals. And I really don't go unless I feel like if I don't go, people will be disappointed. I told you I got a problem with how people think of me. And plus, I guess I think, how would I feel, if my best friend didn't come to my little brother's funeral, you know what I'm saying? Or my mother's. I went to her mother's funeral, like I say, and I knew him. It's not the fact that I didn't know him. I knew him. I mean, he came. She went and got him today. I had Donovan, and they took a picture together. I wish I could find it. It's in one of my little photo books somewhere. So, it's not that I didn't know him. I just wasn't close to him. We never had any conversations. Because he was a little boy to me. He was always a little boy to me. So, it wasn't like we were just sitting there having no conversations. I spoke to him, and that's about it. But I want to do it for her, Like I say, Scarlet can care less. She don't talk to nobody. She barely talk to me. So it ain't, I don't think it's no great loss to her. But, my friend, but I gotta leave down at the house though. I'm gonna take him. I just got a problem with people taking kids from. I don't know why. I just do. Cause I don't know. I guess because Dun Dun has this idea that whenever we tell him something or someone has died, he thinks all you got to do is take him to the hospital. he, you know, he thinks all you gotta do is take him to the hospital and they'll be okay. And I keep trying to explain to him that sometimes the doctor can't save you. And he was like, no, they need some medicine. Like, they gave him all the medicine they could, baby. I mean, nothing's helped. So, I mean, they're gone. And he just doesn't understand it. This just don't make no sense. I mean, because we had a dog that died, and that man, for months, I ain't gonna say months, for weeks, he was like, Granddaddy, did you take the dog to the vet? And Daddy was like, what dog? The dog that died. Did you take the dog to the vet? And he was like, baby, that dog gone. That dog buried. We buried the dog. He was like, you gotta dig him up and take him to the vet so he can get some medicine. He was like, no, the medicine ain't gonna help him now. Yes, it is, Granddaddy. You gotta take him. You know, I mean, for weeks he kept talking about getting the dog some medicine. So he just doesn't understand that, you know, you gone. I mean, until you go to heaven or hell or however, you know, it goes. But he just doesn't understand it. And see, I don't want to take him to a funeral and have him busting out with, Mommy, how come y'all didn't tell Auntie Lottie to take him to the doctor? I'm like, baby, he died at the doctor. You know what I'm saying? He died at the doctor. They gave him all the medicine they could. And I mean, Dun is very outspoken, and he would be saying it out loud, making a public service announcement. Like, y'all need to take him to the doctor. And everybody's just gonna bust out crying, you know, if they ain't already. So I don't want him. That baby funny. He's just like his granddaddy, though. I told y'all how he was and my uncle. But I mean, he just understanding. I don't want to take him like that. I want to go and show my respect and pretty much kind of get it over with. I know that seems kind of harsh to say, but that's just how I feel. Cause my dad already told me when he died, all he want to do is be cremated. He ain't told me nothing about how he want the funeral to be, where he want the funeral to be. He said he want to be cremated. Now, I'm saying in my head that I would at least have a wake and let people come pay their respects and stuff before, you know, I even cremate him, you know what I'm saying? So, because I know he know a lot of people. But, he don't even want that, really. He don't even want that, honey. But I ain't, well, he don't know, won't hurt him. But, I'ma go. Because it's my friend. But she know how I am. She know I would get up and leave. If she be anywhere near me, I might tap her. And I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? But no drama. I don't like drama. I told y'all I'm a happy-go-lucky person. And I do not like drama. I don't care what kind of drama it is. I do not like it at all. But that's all I got to say right now. I may come back later on this afternoon and talk y'all to death. But in the meantime, in between time, you guys have a great day. Whew, hey y'all. It's hot. 76 degrees. It's hot as mud. Oh boy. Today was a decent day. On my lunch, I went to pay my car note and stuff, cause like I said, I didn't go anywhere this weekend, and you know, so I didn't pay my car note till today. I went on my lunch break, and then I got a chance to go to Chick-fil-A, yay! And they had lemonade, yay! Now I want some more lemonade. One day I'm gonna get a gallon. But man, do you know y'all, them folks gallon of lemonade cost $10. I think it cost, why it cost more than that? Cause what's that, lemonade or was that tea I had got that time? I think that was lemonade. I stressed that lemonade though. Cause man, I get a cup, you know, and I put like half lemonade and then I put water in it because it's so concentrated. You could do that and it still be good, to me anyway. So, I made that lemonade stretch honey. But, today was a pretty good day. I was talking to one of my coworkers that work on night shift on my way out the door. So I was just there, I was stopping me. But he stopped me for a good thing. Cause he was looking at my clothes and stuff. He was like, oh, you look so pretty. And I was like, thank you. He's old enough to be my dad. He got children my age, so, you know. But, he, you know, he always trying to encourage me, you know, to seek higher positions and stuff like that. Cause he's just saying I'm too smart to be just sitting there with him. And he talking about he gonna retire next year. He talking about he could have retired this year or last year, but he was still there. He worked 2 jobs cause he worked, you know, in there, and then he do security at the front gate. So he on 2 payrolls in the same building. But he was just telling me, you know, pretty much the same thing my dad had been telling me, that, you know, I gotta work so many more years that I need to be trying to look for something else. You know, if I can, stay with the government. If not, whatever. But, you know, he says the same thing my dad said, you know, it's like I'm spinning my wheels. And if I need to go out of town, I need to go out of town. Now my dad, he was saying, you know, maybe if I had a job where I would only have to go out of town maybe 2 or 3 days a week or so. He said he could handle Don, you know, like that. And then he was saying something about if I had to get a job like kind of close, that he could come and get, you know, that I could come home every weekend or something like that. But I'm thinking like I would have to be making a whole lot more money than I am, because how in the world can I pay him let me see, how in the world can I pay him $1,300 a month and still pay somewhere else? You know what I'm saying? Unless he still think about giving up the house. That I don't know if that's what he meant or what. I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, the main thing, my thing would be trying to find something here in Memphis. And, you know, or Memphis, Mississippi, Arkansas, like that, you know, to try to stay there. And, I don't know. I think of something. I just keep my eye eye open and keep watching the virtual bulletin board for jobs that I could do or figure out how to do something. And like I was saying, my coworker, I mean, I want to do something creative. Whatever position I get, I want it to be creative. I mean, and to me, creative could mean a number of things. Like he was asking me, well, what would be your ideal job? And first and foremost, my ideal job would be anything dealing with computers, like graphic design type stuff. And I guess for the second part of that would be anything dealing with teaching, education, training. Even though sometimes I feel like I don't want to train anymore, I get a kick out of it. I get a kick out of sitting there and trying to prepare, handouts and try to figure out what I'm going to say. And then I get the most fun out of decorating the room. I decorate the room like we're children. And it's like we're going to a party. And, that's just how we do it, in my job. Because no one wants to go to class. Because we got to go to class every year. And so we just try to make it fun. Make you want to pay attention at least half the time. And I think that would be the ideal thing for me to do, is something like that. My coworker was like, had you put in for a job like that? And I was like, well, I have nothing on paper saying I know how to do X, Y, and Z. I could tell them I could do it all day. But I don't know. Like somebody that actually knows me will have to speak for me, I guess. I don't know. And plus, and the reason why I say that is because people in that area, in that particular area at my job, they, once they get in those jobs, they stay there to retirement. Everybody up there, most of the people in that area, and we call it the education branch. Everybody in the education branch, well, the majority of them have been up there 20 years. I've seen a few new faces here and there, but most of the time it's like they are detailed in, and it's like a temporary position because someone probably got a job with headquarters or something like that, and they kind of working from home or however, or they have to travel a lot and stuff like that. So them folks don't let those type of jobs go. So they don't have openings that often. And if they do have openings, it's basically a clerical position. I wouldn't actually be teaching anybody. I just be getting materials together, and I won't be able to decorate the room or anything. I just got to get books and make copies and get them highlighters and pens. And that's boring. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But if I could be, if I could get a job in the MITS department or in the training area, that would be great. Because I like being able to show people how to do stuff. And, my coworker was like, he said, man, every time I ask you a question, you will sit down and you will take your time and you will try to word your answer. Because I like to give people stuff in writing, so they'll have something to refer back to. Now, if it's something I know I already gave them in writing, I'm not going to keep getting them in writing. Because my thing is you need to go find your notes. But I mean, if it's some kind of simple that I figured it really doesn't require a long drawn out explanation, I just tell them. And then maybe if somebody else asks that question again, I'll go ahead and write it out and, you know, email it to them or print it out and give it to them or whatever. But he was saying that I take my time and I try to be real detailed when I give, you know, them written instructions and everything. And I told him, I said, and the reason why I'm like that and the reason why I do that and how I do that or whatever is because, you know, me and my friend, you know, well, yeah, my other co-worker, the one who we started that technical coordinator position together, and then she's doing it with the other lady, her. Anyway, when we first got into that particular position that we were in, I always told her, I said, whenever we get them instruction on how to do something, we have to third grade it, meaning explain it in the most simple terms as possible. See, she's a grad student and I love her, but she likes to use every big word she's ever learned in her life. And I keep trying to tell her, know your audience. I learned that from being a writer. Know your audience. Figure out who you're talking to. Figure out who your audience is. Will your audience know all these big fancy words? Will your audience want to read what you have given them if they got to go get a dictionary or thesaurus? I mean, and don't get me wrong, you know, I know big words too. You know, I say big words on occasion. But my thing is, if you're giving somebody some instruction, okay, yeah, you might can throw, you know, a kind of complicated word in here and there, just to, you know, help somebody's vocabulary or what have you. But for the most part, they're trying to get instruction. They are having a hard enough time trying to complete the task that they are assigned. And if they go and try to read the instruction on how to complete this task, and the instruction are more complicated than the task, they don't want to read it. They ain't gonna do nothing but go ask somebody. How do you do X, Y, and Z? Well, it's on page 2.19.7. I don't know what they talking about on there. Can you please explain? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're gonna have people that do that anyway, but you're gonna have some, they just be like, man, I don't even know what they talking about. So my thing is, you know, I always try to tell her third graded. And like I was telling the guy today, I said, I always get in my mind when I'm writing something down. I'm gonna read it 6-7 times probably, because I'm reading it and I'm asking myself who, what, when, why, and how. I'm asking myself these questions because I'm thinking in my head, okay, now if I tell them how to get, this is how you get to the cafeteria. Well, their question may be, isn't there more than one way to get to the cafeteria? And your answer could be, well, okay, you have two options. You can either go around this way or you can go around this way, but you'll still end up in the same spot. And it may take a little bit longer. I mean, then they go, you know, you got to tell them all the details. All the details. Will this way take longer than this way? Yes. This, you know, if you go this way, it may take longer. But if you go that way, you may run across the boss and you don't want to go by the boss's desk. Or if you go this way, you may run across some people that's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions and be watching you, trying to see how long you're going to be gone. And, you know, you just have to, answer And you know what I do, I try to answer every question that I think someone would ask before I even give them the instructions. And you know, the guy was telling me, he said, you I don't know how you do it, however you do it great. And he said somebody is going to see that, the right person is going to see that, and they're going to snatch you up. I said, well, I thank you. I said, I don't know where that person at that I need to show this to. I need to get a presentation together. And he was just laughing and stuff. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something. Cause like Daddy said, I'm just spinning my wheels, and I just owe thousands of dollars in student loans, and it seemed like it's for nothing. Because I mean, I'm working, you know, pretty good and stuff, but I want to be doing something else. I want to do something close to, you know, close to fitting my personality as possible, closer to fitting some of the stuff I took in school as possible. I mean, like the second time I went to college, it was for business administration, and we took accounting and all that, so I'm fulfilling that part of it, you know, but that's gotten old. That has gotten old fast. And after that, you know, I had at least one creative job, and I wish I could find another position like that. And the only reason why I left there was because almost everybody that worked there was temporary, through the temporary service, and I didn't want to leave IRS to stick with them, which I ended up kind of doing, but I ended up going back to IRS when they started laying off all their people. And when I turned in my, you know, I said, well, I'm gonna go back to IRS. Like, you know, I gave them notice even though I didn't have to, because I worked for the temporary service. I didn't work for them, but I let them know that, you know, hey, I'm gonna go back to IRS or whatever. And they was like, well, we weren't gonna let you go. And I'm like, yeah, that was y'all say. Y'all just say they had 50 people from, you know, different temporary services, and they done let all of them go except 5. Knowing you need all these people, some of them in the warehouse, some of them in the office like I was, you know. And I'm like, you don't let all your people go? And you talking about just gonna tell me, we was gonna keep you. Yeah, that's what you say. And then, you know, it was a couple of people that was, you know, that were a lot better than I was at, you know, what we were doing and stuff. And man, they left after I left. The people let them go after I left. So, I know in the world I was gonna just mess up, you know, my standing with IRS. And, you know, it kind of threw my time off a little bit. Threw my retirement date off about 6 months, but you know, whatever. But I'm gonna figure out something to do. Watch this job thing job site every Monday. I'm gonna have to do like I used to do, because I used to have on my email calendar, it will pop up saying check the job, check USA jobs, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set that up again. So every Monday I will get that message to tell me to check that, so I can find me something else to do. Get my resume together. I might end up applying for some jobs outside of the federal government. I don't know. It just depends. Depends on how much money they offering. But I rambled on enough. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Damn, lady. If you tell my car, we gonna fight. What you doing? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm good, y'all. She ain't tear my car up and I ain't got whiplash, so I'm headed to the house. I'll I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.